back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Please forgive my voice. Throat's feeling a little rough, so hopefully I can get through this video here for you. So I apologize. Probably won't be as loud or as clear as I want to be, but wanted to give you guys a news update here tonight. It's been a few days since we kind of talked about what's the latest with the Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, 8-game winning streak. Finally, over 500, 13-12-1 after 26 games. The Edmonton Oilers have a chance to tie a team record with 9 straight wins if they beat the Tampa Bay Lightning tomorrow night, and can officially set the record with 10 straight wins if they take down the Florida Panthers on Saturday. So this team that was driving us all crazy to start the season now has a chance to set Edmonton Oilers records. So pretty crazy to see. I really hope they can do it. This team's just been everything we want it to be and more over these last 8 games. Bob Stauffer a couple days ago pointing out at that point their record was 7-0-0, first in points percentage, first in goals for, first in goals against, first with power play goals, first on the penalty kill. This team is just firing on all cylinders right now. It's fantastic to see. Tom Gazzola on the Oil Stream mentioning the other day the Edmonton Oilers appear to be more proactive in moving Jack Campbell. Doesn't mean anything's imminent, of course. This could still be something that's pushed until later in the season. Don't expect a trade here right away or anything like that. But I think it's just become even more clear over the last little while that the Oilers probably just don't have a place here for Jack Campbell. He's continued to struggle with the Bakersfield Condors. Had good spots here and there, but overall, it's not giving you a lot of confidence to bring him back up. I think we're definitely going to see him probably in January at this point. I don't see anything happening before Christmas. Calvin Pickard has played very well in limited duty, and he's shown the Oilers he can be at least a reliable backup here for the short term. But the Oilers do need to address their goaltending situation at some point, and I think it's at this point probably a 99% certainty that Jack Campbell is going to get moved at some point. I imagine none of us are going to like the trade in relation to what we get back for Jack Campbell, but I imagine something does happen here. I don't think it gets to a buyout for the Edmonton Oilers. They really don't want that much left on their cap here. They're just getting past paying out other guys like Andrei Sekera, Milan Lucic, guys like that have been on the books for years. So the Oilers want to turn the page here, and I think a Jack Campbell trade will happen here at some point before the trade deadline. Speaking of goaltending, Olivier Rodrig, he hasn't been playing as much with Jack Campbell down there. Most Oilers fans want to get him going. Ryan Holt posting one day ago here in his last 10 starts, Olivier Rodrig is 6-3-1 with a .944 save percentage. And in his last 16 starts, he's 9-5-2 with a .930 save percentage. Olivier Rodrig has definitely turned a corner this year. In my opinion, he's proving that he's going to be NHL caliber here, maybe even as soon as next year. I don't think it's a crazy notion that we could possibly see a Stewart Skinner, Olivier Rodrig goaltending combo next season. Cost-wise, the Oilers could probably save a lot of money here and at least try it, right? They don't have to stick with it for the whole season if it's not working. They're not going to be spending a ton of money on Stewart Skinner, a ton of money on Olivier Rodrig. So I will not be surprised at all if that is possibly the Oilers goaltending combo next season. Obviously, it's going to depend a lot on what happens with the Jack Campbell trade. If another goalie comes back the other way with term on his contract, that would probably shoot that down right away. But with the way Olivier Rodrig is playing, I don't think it's a crazy notion to think that it could be Stewart Skinner, Olivier Rodrig in goal next season for the Edmonton Oilers. And speaking of goaltenders, Stewart Skinner is the first goaltender this season to win 7 appearances in a row over his last 7 games. Obviously, 7-0-0, .934 save percentage, 1.70 goals against average. Elite numbers from Stewart Skinner. Obviously, it's not all Stewart Skinner, of course. Chris Knobloch, Mark Stewart, Paul Coffey, Glenn Gulletson. This coaching staff has got this team playing the right way. They're playing strong defensively. We're not seeing the errors that we saw so often to start the season. So Stewart Skinner is, of course, a beneficiary of that, but he has been much better lately, and it's great to see. We have had more sightings of Brad Holland out scouting games lately for the Edmonton Oilers. He scouted the Montreal-Nashville game the other night and also the Nashville-Toronto game. So wonder if there could be something cooking there between the Edmonton Oilers and Nashville Predators. We know it's not UC Soros. The Oilers aren't getting Soros, but a lot of options there for the Oilers and Predators. They did a deal last year at the trade deadline for Matthias Ekholm, so we'll see what happens here over the next little while. And speaking of trades, John Shannon noted here, the NHL holiday trade freeze goes into effect at 11:59 p.m. local time on December 19th and lasts until 12:01 a.m. local time on December 28th. So if the Oilers or any other team wants to complete a trade, they must do so before December 19th. And lastly for today, just some practice notes from Tony Brouwer. Evander Kane, Evan Bouchard, and Adam Ernie were not on the ice for the skate this afternoon, but I think it is safe to assume it probably was just maintenance days for those guys. Draisaitl was playing with Janmark and Fogel, so that's possibly a line we could see tomorrow against Tampa Bay. And Tony also noting the Oilers will wear their third Navy jersey tomorrow night against the Tampa Bay Lightning. This will be the last season that the Oilers wear that third Navy jersey. Well, that's all the latest, guys, but I'll see you tomorrow night for the Fanatic Rundown following the Oilers and Tampa Bay Lightning, hopefully celebrating the Oilers tying a team record with 9 straight wins. Let me know your thoughts on everything Oilers in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.